Good afternoon.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Contact
Contact
Buzz. Brought to you by,
Blueberry cookies.
and we think it's like mixed with Girl Scouts. That's what it is, like because it's a hybrid.
A hybrid mix.
Yeah,
more,
and it's amazing, and it's knocked our socks off, and you can purchase that at Keefe
in
Norton, Virginia. Yeah, so vibing high. We are actually house sitting for our friends for a week, me and Dallas.
We are. It's been very cool. We've been here. This is our second full day here, and we're just getting started. And we are doing the typical house sitting duties, but we're doing so much more.
Yeah.
The place we're at has always been very welcoming to us, and it's been kind of a sanctuary of sorts where we've got to bond with some cool people, but also have experiences here at this homestead as well. Who is its energy is a very cool energy. There's lots of old spirits here. There's different energies in different areas of the house.
Yeah, it's eclectic.
It's very eclectic, and everywhere you look, it's just a magical moment. So it feels like being here, being sequestered away from everybody in this magical location, it's prime opportunity for healing.
Yeah.
So you go out on the sun porch that is very vintage, and there's everything vintage in there, and there's this old phonograph that you crank, and it plays the most whimsical 1930s era music, and all the furniture's period pieces, mid-century modern. It's beautiful. So that sets the mood for just a week of healing, man. Like, you get to come to this beautiful place, and of course you got duties while you're doing the house sitting and all that, but then you get to take this moment to reflect on things and to heal and to get away from the everyday mundane for a bit, you know.
Yeah. I think that's what we were talking about before. I was like, oh, press record. Is how far we've come and in accepting ourselves and being here. Spirit always has led us where we need to be and individually where we need to be. I took a house setting job for our dear friend Carmen, and was down there for I think almost 3 months, and it was so healing and so needed. And I went through a lot after that, and before that, tons, but it was all in the name of something bigger, and I knew that. And so everything that's happening in my life currently is about me now. I've chosen me now, and so anybody that wants to participate in my energy field has to vibrate with me, and that's in friendships, that's in family, that's in relationships, that's in whatever, because I choose me now. And that's what we were just talking about, is choosing yourself. And there's been so many synchronicities lately, but also this house is it is a retreat for us. I have come here in very, very hard times, and been able to have reprieve from the hardness, the harshness, that was around me at the time. And being here is flowy, and it allows us to really think, to really get outside of everything, because it's just me and Dallas here, and nobody else but the dogs and the animals. And we're just sitting here reflecting on everything in our life and what's going on and what's been, and what lessons we're currently learning, and sorting through everything, and figuring out what we're currently working on. And Dallas has been doing the 40 days. Like, I want you to explain that to me.
Yeah. Well, when Venus went into retrograde recently, I decided a lot of people buy into that retrograde energy where they feel like everything's shit during these times, and Venusian topics are governed by the planet Venus, of course, but just like, it got me thinking about the different things that you could try to heal yourself of during this period versus letting it rule you, work with that energy to use it for some type of positivity. So I got the idea of this no vanity thing, because Venus, of course, no vanity and all that. But to see if maybe I could just not shave and cut my hair, which I've been growing it for a little bit anyway, trying to do something different, step into my wizardry, my older self, embrace the Middle Ages, and that's what I intend to do wholeheartedly. But that got me thinking about it, and then little did I know that it would not tailspin, but turn into such a beautiful process. And it's not even about the vanity anymore, because I'm 25 or 6 days in. I'm well within I'm over
where you're
halfway
forgetting the
done.
time.
Yeah, because
So
I live each day with the intention of enjoying the fuck out of it. And that's what you have to do to find that inner peace. But how do you find that inner peace? You do things like this, where you can identify triggers that help you. If you are getting ready to look or seek actively for a relationship, after being single for so long, it's hard. So you really pick yourself apart to try to make yourself the best version for somebody else, if that makes sense. Yeah. Because you don't want to enter into a relationship with your own shit and baggage when you see it and know it now, right?
Yeah.
It's like you can't be victim to that anymore, right? And that's what causes those vicious cycles over and over and over again, is not healing your own stuff. We can point out what's wrong with our partner all day, every day, but until we start to go within and realize that we have things that we need to heal too, But
maybe we're the toxic one.
Yeah, or maybe
that's the thing. We all have been the toxic one. That's the bottom line. That's ego,
right?
And that's the death of ego, and
Absolutely.
that's what people are seeing right now. If you're being pushed to the brink and you're feeling down on yourself, and you got to think about it from the other side, not just you. It's not all about you. It's all about what is outside of you and what you are letting affect you. So that's the thing, and you've got to understand. You got to be aware. I guess that's where it starts. It all starts with being aware.
The thing with the Venusian, using that to my advantage, was to become aware. And guys, listen, when I tell you this, I didn't expect this to happen. I was just doing my little naive, maybe I'll try this poetically type of thing. But it has really rocked my world, man.
Yeah, and because he's a stubborn-ass Capricorn and he's earthy and grounded, he is going to do what the fuck he says he's going to do. So he's loyal as fuck.
Yes, I am.
And a hard worker. And so, yes, and I'm stubborn the same way. So I don't play no games either.
Well, I mean, if you're going to commit to something, you're going to commit to it wholeheartedly. Especially if it's you. Why would you pretend to commit to something
I can't
if you didn't really
nothing,
feel it
man. I can't even pretend to orgasm.
So that's why this calling, it's been a calling. It don't find you. You don't find this life. This life finds you.
Yeah.
But when it does, man, you all this healing. It's so beautiful when you step out of your own way.
Yeah.
And then we have an obligation to share this light with the world, to live 100% authentically, and just love without bounds, Show the world that they can heal themselves. And we've had some beautiful healing sessions with people in any type of situation in our life. We could sitting by a fire. We've done some good healing recently, sitting at the sandbar at Wiley's Last Resort.
Yeah.
You never know when a healing session is going to be brought to you.
No.
So that's why we have to work on ourselves so we can be compassionate with others and help them, whereas they may not have anybody in the friggin' world.
Exactly. And your words, and not many. It may not be many words.
Right.
May touch someone so much that you can't even fathom it. And that's something that we had to overcome. And I know, Dallas, you're still overcoming it.
Yeah.
Is taking that and knowing that you are the reason that person is still living.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because in them moments, they needed that. They needed them words. But they accepted them words. That's the difference.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
To hear them
they
words.
were able to hear it. And not everybody's able to hear you. And I guess that's the bottom line of being more aware.
Yeah.
And also, let's just go on the deep end of being aware, is because this is not a job for us. This is who we are.
Yeah.
So everywhere we go, we're this way. We talk this way to everyone. So, it's, for me, it's so natural that I just, everywhere I go, spouts out.
Yeah,
You know, the
right.
healing's there, and I don't want to control that anymore. I don't want to suppress that anymore. And it's going to offend people, and it has,
Yeah.
but, you know, it don't make me socially awkward
Yeah.
by any
Listen,
means.
there comes a point
my
where this
balance
shit's
is
going to
great there.
spout out whether you're
Yeah.
on board or not. It is what it is.
And that's what we was talking about earlier is like, listen, I'm up here, I'm vibing, and that's where I'm going to stay. And kudos to the people, to my brothers, to my sisters, to whoever can rise. You know?
And kudos. Pat yourself on the back because it's a beautiful feeling. And you set yourself free, guys. You do. From any mental prison, because once you realize that you create those mental prisons, then you become
You fucked up, man.
You don't become the inmate. I mean, you go from being the inmate to the warden, man.
Yeah.
You have the key to set yourself free from any mental prison. And we as humans use obligations to allow us to imprison ourselves. How about that?
Yeah.
We do. We let familial obligations allow us to create mental prisons. We let other people's feelings allow us to create mental prisons. But once we realize that, are the creators of our own reality, then we can change the game. And then we take our power back, and that's when people can't stand it. But that's when you show them compassion and you float on, man.
Yeah.
They learned a valuable lesson by that, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. Very well said, Dallas.
Thank you.
I love this brand of the contact buzz.
Me too, yeah.
Man,
We're gonna
I'm
get
telling
this
you
more
guys,
often.
I ain't messing around. We are everyday herbal people, and this one right here has got us, and it was a blessing because, you know, you just know where you're sent to go to heal.
medicine.
But what I was getting at Carmen's earlier, I don't think I ever got to.
Oh,
But
no. We
was
have a tendency to do that.
you know, after being there, I realized why I was there and that I was going to be there for healing on myself,
Yeah,
and because I was
absolutely.
alone down there, and I fucking loved it, man. I showed myself how badass I was,
Shit, yeah.
and you know, that's something I've always been not always purely confident. I ain't gonna lie on that one,
No,
but
you should
it's
be.
been a progression. But for someone who's has generational mother issues, you know, that's a big deal because I had to love myself through my own nurture, and also from anybody that, or like, you know, woman in my life that showed that kind of emotion. You know, that's, you know, that's big. That's big, to be able to love yourself and truly love yourself, because you can say you love yourself, but to truly love yourself, then that's different. And I'm not
Huge
talking about the
difference.
body. That has nothing to do with it.
No, let's talk about the self.
That's the self.
Love
Absolutely
yourself. Your
Yeah.
self-embodiment of who you are, your body. Fall in love with every
When
inch
you
and
when you
curve.
fall in love with yourself, you fall in love with your body.
You do, and you accept that beautiful vessel that you're riding around.
And that's when the
in
magic
here,
happens.
guys.
And that's when the pure magic happens.
That's
I'm not
why-
talking about this bullshit people think that they're working with. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
no,
saying? It
no.
ain't about. I'm talking about pure
You're
alchemy.
talking about changing the game.
I am.
And it is pure alchemy. It's transmuting one energy into the other. We take that shit energy and we'll transmute it into positivity.
beautiful, and we
all
did, and we
goddamn day.
have. And you guys, even when you look back on your journey, this is gonna pop for a lot of you. I'm just gonna tap in right now. Whoever's listening to this right now, you've been hearing this message. You get in your head too, like we do. You know what I'm saying? You know things too. So don't doubt yourself. Do not doubt yourself. As many years as I've been doing this, there's still that little bit of doubt that resides sometimes, especially when, you know, you're unsure. And our goal is to be so sure that it manifests right in fucking front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And so believe. That's
Believe
the
and
magic.
heal. Believe and heal. I'm telling you, if you heal your shit, you will really move all that negative energy out of your energy field and bring in room for all the positive shit that's going to start coming in. If you will set out of your own way and you will start to heal yourself and be real honest with yourself, guys, because you're not doing yourself any
No.
favors. If you know that you're a self-centered person deep down and you are hard to get along with, you know that, guys. We know you know that. So what can you do to heal the things that you need to heal? Once you start to heal that kind of thing, then the sky's the limit, and that's when everything starts happening for you, and that's when you can truly manifest, is because you're in the abundance state, you're in the gratitude state,
you're not in the need,
grateful for everything that you receive. So anything that you receive is a plus or a bonus, and you're like, ooh, yes, thank you for this today.
Exactly.
You
yeah
know?
You don't come from a place of neediness, you come from a place of, it's just it's healing, man. It's healing. A lot of what's coming around lately too is childhood, especially through the teenage years. For me, again, I have the motherly generational issues, and I didn't realize I thought I had a normal. I mean, pretty normal childhood.
Right.
Besides that, me and my mother hated each other.
Yeah. Right.
I just thought that was normal because I was a girl and. Whatever. And then, when I went through my healing processes, I realized that my mother had some deep-rooted issues with her mother. And because my grandmother was batshit crazy, you know.
Right.
I love her. She's my batshit crazy grandmother, which comes from the lines of the witches, the Salem witches, Rebecca Nurse. But, go figure. Because she always loved dressing up as a witch. But anyway.
Yeah.
So I was actually raised around my grandmother a lot too, so that's deeply rooted, very deeply rooted. My grandmother's mother was mean to her, and it's just a generational thing, and that's what we've talked about lately too, is our generation. Our generations are the ones that are healing them lines.
The curse breakers, man.
Yeah, we're curse breakers.
Speak, the generational curses. We're actually not. We don't have our heads buried in the sand deep enough to not be able to realize that something needs to change here, man.
Yeah,
so we're the ones that realize it, and we can change the game.
We're the storm watchers is what we are. We are the children who love to be at the windows when the storm rolled in. Absolutely. The ones that like to run barefoot. The ones that like to be in the water, to wade the water. The ones that love to be in the woods, We are them.
We are them, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, guys. Once you choose to get out of your own way, anything is possible. Yeah. And that is true. And I know that sounds so cliche and so easy, but it's not easy. No, let me tell you, it is not easy in any way, shape,
Ego
form,
deaths
or
are hard and painful.
You have to face a lot of uncomfortable shit, and you have to face a lot of shitty-ass people to get to these realizations.
Do. Absolutely, because, there's not everybody's healing journey's the same, like... I'm learning to not to give so much of myself away to other people that don't give it back to me. Dallas is healing anger issues.
Yeah, absolutely.
And other Dallas is other issues, and I'm healing other issues. But, it's like
we can champion ourselves. What we don't do as humans is champion ourselves. We always are looking for a cause to champion as a human. Whatever.
Yeah, but we don't give it to ourselves.
Uplift ourselves, guys. You can't champion something else when you can't even champion yourself. No. You can talk the talk, but you can't walk the walk.
No.
So work on your shit, man.
Yeah. Step into your beauty. Step into your power. Step up out of the shit that society's told you that you had to be. I have to be depressed because this is what it feels like. I have to be this, that, or what. All the fucking labels you allow. That's what we allow people to do. Put labels on us. Then it has a feeling with it. And that's another thing. That is another big thing that we are reversing in this world right now. That's part of New World. That's part of this new consciousness energy,
Guys, it's getting great. I'm telling you, we are making headway in all this. All the people like us, if you're listening, and if you've listened this far, you're making headway, man. You are changing the world just by living authentically and starting to do you, and to strip yourselves of your old limiting beliefs. Once you can start to strip yourself from your old limiting beliefs, then you have a world as your oyster, man.
That's right. And yeah. So lately, also too, I want to give a shout out, and you guys check out Wally's Last Resort
On Hip Camp, I think it is.
It's on Hip Camp, but also the Mars Collective.
Yeah.
On Facebook. These guys are awesome people. We've got to Spirit, right? That's Spirit right there. We went to a concert and supported our really good friend Travis, and met some amazing people. Grace, if you get to listen to this,
I hope you're listening, Grace.
And Zach, and all kinds of awesome people.
Zach. Yeah, awesome people. Grace actually works with the Mars Collective, so you guys should give them a follow. They do some really cool things for the mountains. They bring in music festivals and different things like that, but there's so much more beneath the surface to those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're listening to this, you're vibing with us, right? And you're feeling it.
And check out Steve at Wiley's Last Resort. There's some really cheeky, really cool campsites there, guys. They're primitive. It's a good place to do a vision quest.
Yes.
You can stay up in Moot Point where nobody gives a shit.
No, exactly.
It's
guys,
a pun.
It's like
But
beautiful.
I'm telling you, they do some really cool stuff.
And they're nonprofit, so they're like us. They're a community. And that's the thing. We're working with them.
Well, they were founded by a gentleman that was really eclectic, and he had a very cool, hip, folky, hippie vibe. And he created his dream, that Wiley's was his dream.
Yeah.
And he was a very ironic man, but very spiritual in certain aspects and stuff
I feel
too.
that definitely. The land is very spiritual. I think let's start there. The land is very spiritual.
Yeah. So
because that's you think of that. That's a lot of energy of people that has been brought to that land over the years, all with the same kind of love. Because it is a love. Everybody, it's very peaceful.
It's like-minded. Everybody there is a friend, a like-minded individual,
and it's eclectic.
It is a safe area. Yeah. Eclectic, very you get the most eclectic range of people there too. It's so cool.
And then you got our asses, which holler hippies, I guess, is the best to explain it. But don't get us talking, because
we'll preach out on that sandbar all night long. Hey, you never know, you may meet us there one day. Mm-hmm. We'll be the ones out on the sandbar preaching about spirituality.
Yeah, that everybody runs away from.
Don't mind us.
Except for
if you don't want a good healing session, you might want to avoid the sandbar.
Exactly. Yeah. No. Hopefully, in the future, we're going to be working with them with our retreats, and it's amazing, because these connections that you make with people, you don't never know who people, what kind of riffraff's going to come on in. And then Spirit, we just come in with an open heart, and people see that and know that, and we're fucking authentic, man.
Absolutely.
And they are too, and that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all check it out. Kudos to them.
Yeah, kudos to them. They it's all about healing the world, guys, and we're going to heal in any facet that we can.
Yeah.
So we're taking advantage of it. And what's cool lately is we've been really feeling this community-driven action.
Yep.
So we've been going to lots of different communities and pitching in, and we are learning lots. We are getting good ideas, and what's happening is we're getting ready to forge the way to building Wanderlust.
Yes.
So what is Wanderlust?
Wanderlust is going to be a healing center and a self-sustaining community for higher conscious people. I ain't gonna say families, but families.
Yeah, family
higher
members.
conscious family, because we are family. It's our tribe.
Our tribe.
Our tribe. But that's the vision that has been put out there in the universe for some time now. And it's very action-oriented in our mind. Our energy is focused on that because that's what we believe in, but also traveling to other communities to be able to teach and learn. And Spirit shouted that very loudly down Carmen's, and I was like, oh, hell. How am I going to do that? Spirit said, don't worry about it.
Spirit will make a way.
Spirit makes a damn way.
We give in
and Spirit didn't say it was easy. Okay, let's get that out there right now.
No, because there's been some asshole gripping moments.
Yeah,
man.
when you say I'm going to go tits to the wind, just know that there's no gauge on how fast or slow you're going, or how high. It just hits you. It hits you. But yeah. I guess we're done.
Yeah, beautiful times ahead, guys. Very nice chat. we will holler at y'all later.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
let me
no,
plug
oh,
real
yeah,
quick about the
absolutely.
retreat coming up.
Oh,
We do
yeah.
do we have one opening for
One
that?
opening,
It's
yeah.
$222, and yes, that is absolutely have to do with manifestation.
Yep.
Um,
And that is next weekend, guys.
and that is next weekend.
Yeah, or this
so-
coming weekend.
This
No,
coming-
next weekend. Sorry.
Oh
excuse me.
fuck no!
Not
man,
this
that-
weekend, but the
that'll
next
give me a
one.
heart attack.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, yeah, okay. So if you guys would like to purchase, someone would like to purchase that ticket,
Yes.
come join us because it's our only retreat this year, and we have big plans. Spirit has big plans. We're just stubborn as fuck and had to have this one retreat.
Yeah, absolutely.
To be honest with you, because that spirit, this one retreat is for a specific person that's going to be there.
That's our
So
baby.
yeah, then. Well, not specific person. It's everybody.
Yeah, right.
It's
for
specific
whoever-
people
yeah, it
that
is.
come to our retreats.
I'm telling you, they've been beautiful, guys. These are beautiful moments that we get to share with people. Again, it's a healing weekend. It is a very peaceful, very honest, very raw weekend where you can just heal.
Yeah, exactly.
And it has time and time again. There's been some amazing souls that we've got to interact with.
We sure have.
And we've forged some beautiful bonds that way through this.
Yes, we have.
So come join us. There's that one other soul that can drift in and maybe benefit from something of what we can offer, or what we can benefit something from what they have to offer.
Absolutely.
That's the beautiful thing about these retreats is we learn and grow just along
and
with
if we
everybody
get down in the
else,
dirty
man.
with you, yeah.
We sit, we cry.
I tell you, we're honest.
I'm
We are
telling
honest
you.
about our journeys, and it's because by telling your story, you inspire others to keep going on with theirs.
Yeah.
And
100%.
sometimes these people never get to say this
Yeah,
stuff. So
and that's one place that I lay all of my masks down, and they get the 100% authentic Dallas, and same with you.
yeah.
And that's very raw and real, and you
It
get to learn
is.
things about us that you
It's
might not
true.
otherwise would have.
It's very true. It
because
gets
we
deep.
lay all the armor down because that's
Yeah.
not a place of armor.
No, it ain't a place of armor.
That's a place of healing.
Yeah, it is. So, peace out.
Peace out. Subscribe.
Subscribe.